Ladies and gentlemen, don't say New York, say New Jersey. It is Mike Garafolo. Mike, how are you?
What up, dude? Oh, here they are. God.
Yeah, what are you looking for? Headphones?
Yeah, but you know what? IFB, brother.
Oh, you know what?
Plug it right into the microphone.
See, I need to get those. I need to get rid of the big headphones.
But I thought I'd lost these, and my wife. I don't know. She's not gonna remember this because, yay me. I lost a pair of these, and she's like, if you have those headphones for 366 days without losing them, I will buy you your next pair. Which I've been dedicated to not losing them, and now I've had them for probably 6-7 years, I want to say. So turns out I'm the sucker because I'm never gonna have to buy another pair.
You know what? Your propensity to lose headphones would be mine for sunglasses and Ray-Bans. I have probably had 15 to 20 pairs of Ray-Bans.
I can't believe I haven't lost these bad boys here.
Unbelievable.
I've had these for 3 months, maybe.
I'll lose them. We're going to go on a trip soon here.
Kiss them goodbye
to Mexico, and I guarantee I'm going to break them or lose them. Just guaranteed. It will happen.
Yeah.
I flushed so much goddamn money down the toilet with Ray-Bans.
I bought a pair of Roca sunglasses. Where are they? I just bought those. I custom made them from the frame to the glasses, and I got them done for golf, and I love them. So it's like I'm so locked in on where are they? Got it. So I haven't touched wood. Haven't lost. That's not right.
Last time I broke them, the stupid Ray-Bans.
Yeah.
I put them. I usually wear them like on my hat or on my head if I take them off. I had them, put them in like your shirt.
Brad, lean over.
No.
Oh.
Guy gave guy gave me a hug getting by, and too hard of a hug, too hard of a man hug, a bro hug.
I mean,
and crushed him.
Like Schwarzenegger in his prime. I mean,
yeah. Well, this guy is a big dude. He's looks like an offensive lineman.
Yeah, you need flabbier friends.
Well, I got plenty of those. I got plenty of those too. There's no doubt about that. All right, Mike Garafolo is here to talk all things football, not Ray-Ban sunglasses or headphones. It's all brought to you by Hartley & Hartley Insurance, your trusted family-owned insurance experts in the Puget Sound since 1978. Honesty, fairness, integrity. Contact Jamie Hartley when he's not playing golf, but he won't be playing golf for much longer because the weather's about to turn. 253-565-8700.
I played the other day. Sorry, go ahead. Finish the read.
Zogs on Fox Island. Perfect spot to grab a cold beer, hang out with friends, watch the game. Zogs on Facebook and Instagram. Check them out for their fall hours and events. You played golf the other day?
Because my schedule, I never get fall golf in, but I had an outing for my daughter's school. I mean, look at that, right? And it was like the tee box was so beautiful that I said to my partner, I'm like, take a shot.
Fall golf is the best.
He took a video too. It was my best drive of the day. I was like, usually that's the one I'm flubbing.
Yeah.
Watch the swing. Watch the swing.
Let's see the swing. Let's put this under. Let's analyze. That's a great swing.
There's something weird on the follow through though.
On the follow through, yes, but not on the takeaway.
There's something off.
Let's see it again here. Great takeaway. Here, play it again. Takeaway is great. Good. You fold that elbow.
But I also have I hurt my trap here, so that's been affecting
That's a great looking golf swing, my friend. Beautiful. Fall golf is the best. I prefer fall golf over the summer.
I agree with you.
Best.
I agree with you.
There's less people on the course, and the weather is fine.
Yeah. I got to find a way to just. Ian and I were talking about this. Ian Rappaport and I, small guy. You may have seen him on TV.
Yeah, I've seen him. Footballs find his face.
Yeah, and we're like, we got to do it. Just got to do it. Like, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay if we're not for 4 hours.
Yeah, put it away. You know what? Now, okay, hold on. Now we're gonna get to football. We're gonna cover it all. Abe Lucas, trades, all of it. But you brought up something there. Get off your phones. You guys, you newsbreakers, okay? You guys, you are paid to break news. You are paid to report on this league.
Okay.
And this league's 24/7. Like, and everything is. The NBA is 24/7. Baseball's 24/7. Like, it's like you, Rapp, Pelissero, Ken Rosenthal. You got, Schefter in the NFL, Adrian Wojnarowski, who used to be in the NBA. Now it's Shams Charania, who's taken over his job. My question is to you guys. Like, you saw Wojnarowski take a step back. He's like, I've had enough. I can't do it anymore. Like, does it ever get to a point where like this is like too much?
Yes, it does. And I have come a long way. I was at Fox And by the way, that not I've come a long way. I mean, I've come a long way because my wife has slapped me in the back of the head from time to time to get me out of my, I would live and die with this stuff. And listen, part of joining the NFL Network was knowing that Ian was there and Tom wasn't there at the time, but Tom came later, and Tom didn't initially come in as one of like an insider, no, which neither did I, but we kind of morphed into this like 3-person deal. And it's like, okay, Ian's a maniac and he's always going to be a maniac and he's wired that way. And, as I joke with him all the time, if a light bulb goes out in the house, his wife is the one that changes it anyway. So, he's kind of like, this is his lane, and he contributes. He folds laundry. We're every day we're at our meeting and he's folding laundry, and everybody, the producers always seem to be, Ian, are you folding laundry? I'm like, he does that every single meeting, guys. Just knowing that joining the network was going to allow a little bit of teamwork, and Philly, like he takes, we were talking about golf. He'll go play on Tuesday and we've got it covered, dude. Like, we're fully capable. Relax, take a breath. Now he's still wired that way. And then the big issue now we run into is we're all so capable that when we are all on, it's like, I got this. No. I got it. Get out. I got it. Stay. But we're so territorial.
But can you relax? But like when you go on vacation, can you relax?
Yes.
You put it away and not have it on.
I don't. Like Ian's branded himself as an insider. Adam does the same stuff. Woj was doing it that way. I'm like, I just let me get come in and slap a double and knock me in. I'll score. I don't have to.
Same. You and me are the same.
I don't have to set the home run record. All right. Like the other night, I had Alvin Kamara extension. I'm good for the week.
So, but like for Rap, but does he have an issue with it? Because like I look at these guys, and I was watching TV the other day, and I think it was Schefter or something. I mean, he just looked.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know about him, but Ian handles it very well.
I'm just saying he looked worn out.
Ian handles it very well. Very well. And I tell him all the time, he would go on vacation. And again, now it's a 3-way type deal because Tom came 2 years after me or 1 year after me, and sort of we all morphed into this, but it used to be early on, like he'd take a week off and he'd come back and I would, the line from Varsity Blues, I don't want your life.
Yeah. Okay? Right. Yeah. I just wouldn't
go crazy.
I don't know the amount of money. I don't.
I also, Ian won't go out and do games. I'll go out and do games. So that's like, okay, hey, listen, I can't worry about the injury report for the Rams this week because I've got this Giants Steelers game and I got to lock in on this because I want the best possible stuff for that as well. I've got 4 to 5 hits on that game on Monday night, and I want you to tune in and be like, oh, okay, learned a little something that I didn't know. So you got to learn to split up your energy, and you got to learn to be a little woosah.
What's that?
That's woosah. What's that from? Woosah.
I don't know.
That's like a.
Just zen.
That's the next question. I'm going to figure out. It's from a movie or something.
Okay, you just got to be calm. Listen, Ernest Jones. How much the trade that the Seahawks pulled off? Ernest Jones, the fourth.
Bad boys. Bad boys.
Oh, bad boys
for life. Woosah. There you go. That's where I got that from.
Good trade. You like that trade? How many makes them better?
Yeah, and you texted me the other day when it first happened, and I told you. So if you share this on air and it's redundant, it's Puck's fault for using my material. They didn't. It's not like they were shopping him. Like we're getting the sense that the Rams are shopping Cooper Kupp. Like they'd love to unload the salary. Mm-hmm. It's not a shopping type situation. It's just that it was a deal that they couldn't turn down. You saw the way that they flipped. Gosh, what was it? It was what was the trade? They whatever they traded then turned into.
Oh, you're talking about when they traded with the Rams?
They took a 5th and turned it into a 4th and a player, basically. It's like that's the way that you do these things. Like Howie Roseman has always been really good at that when you kind of line it up, say, hey, they took this and made it that. So it worked out for them. It's just something that they couldn't turn down. They right now are in a tear down. They got aggressive this offseason, particularly on the defensive side of the ball. Signed Jamal Adams. I know you love Jamal Adams. They signed a bunch of guys that they thought they were going to be competitive. I was a little skeptical because of the quarterback position, and really I thought the offensive line wasn't the greatest either. And now but Bill Callahan coming in, I thought was going to help. So they were a tough team for me to read, but they felt like they could be competitive year one. Now heading into the trade deadline, they want to get some value back. So if they held on to him, they were going to extend him. It's a good trade, and it's what the Seahawks needed. They've
been active. I mean, because you pulled off the trade about 2 weeks ago, a week or two ago, for the guy out of Jacksonville. Why am I blanking on his name right now? But
what guy out of Jacksonville?
Oh, the guy, the Roy.
The Seahawks. Roy Robinson Harris. Yes,
Roy Robinson Harris. Yeah, he sounds like a Southern lawyer. Anyways, I mean they've tried to address these guys on defense. Are they done? Are they still going to be active before November 5th?
Who, Seattle?
Yeah, who do they got their hands in? Come on, who do they got?
John's gonna nose around. That's what he does. So this may have been. I mean, this was a glaring hole that they felt like they needed to plug. So I'm sensing from here on out, it's going to be nosing around. If there's the right value for something, they'll jump here. But this could be the extent of what they do. And I saw they claimed. What's the guy's name they just claimed off of waivers from Baltimore because McDonald knew him?
Oh, yeah. The linebacker. I'll get it for you.
So that's the way that you can kind of start to fill in and improve your roster wherever you can. You give John Schneider credit for, everybody's making trades now, but John was the original, not the original, but the original of this new phase of being willing to give up picks in exchange for players that the old bird in the hand rather than two in the bush. And it hasn't been perfect, but he's done a nice job of that and being aggressive over the years. I've always felt that these general managers were too protective of draft capital that wound up turning into nothing because you draft a guy and he doesn't even make the opening roster. Right. I'd much rather use it for, it's a guy in the back end of his career a lot of times, but it's a guy that we know what we've got and we know we're going to get something versus a draft pick that could wind up going for naught.
Josh Ross was the guy they claimed off waivers.
Because I saw that and I kept seeing John Ross.
That's what I thought immediately. I'm like, John Ross is still in the league, and I don't remember him playing linebacker for the Ravens.
Right.
Well, great position switch there for him. Yeah. You're a baseball fan, and so am I. I look at that I don't know if Philly fans are like this. Mariner fans, there's a group of them that are like this. You can never trade a prospect. God, no way. Never touch a prospect. And I'm like, they're prospects. Like, you have no idea if they're going to be good or not.
But baseball,
who knows?
Baseball is different because they're in the minor leagues. They're not in front of your face. They're not playing from day one. And so they're always touted to be and you're hearing this and you're seeing minor league stats.
And the highlight clips and look at them, the swing.
So baseball's a different animal. And I don't envy general managers in that league having to make tough decisions on a lot of those guys, especially when they draft
an actual physical person you're seeing,
right? And it's exactly, and they drafted him, so it's like if this guy comes to fruition. I remember years ago, Ernie Accorsi, who, if you haven't read this book right here, The GM by Tom Callahan, great book.
Okay, all right.
This was Tom Callahan in 2000.
Right,
Ernie's last year was 2006. Jared Lorenzen on the cover there. Rest in peace, Jared Lorenzen. So Callahan followed Ernie for a year. He was at every game. We saw him in the press box every game. And he followed Ernie. Matter of fact, I may read this book again. This was so good. And it was basically about like the general manager's job in his last year on the job. Great book. And Ernie one time mentioned Tim Carter, who was a wide receiver who ran a 4-3, whatever. But he would get hurt every year. And he became a free agent, and Ernie said, I just can't imagine him I didn't want to watch highlights on a Sunday night and watch him making plays for another team. So they signed him for a 5th year, and he got hurt again and whatever. And he was out of the league shortly thereafter. Great guy, Tim Carter, a physical specimen, like not an ounce of fat on his body, but just couldn't stay healthy. And I guess maybe not enough. We talked about your sunglasses, not enough fat to absorb things in places, I guess. I don't know. But the Tim Carter story is funny because I remember him one day. He's sitting at his locker and he's staring across and he's watching Tim Hasselbeck eat a caramel apple, right? And Tim's eating it like it's the greatest thing he's ever eaten in his life. And he's telling him, he's like, there's sugar in that apple, and then you're adding sugar on top of that. That sugar is just turning into fat, right? And he's telling Tim Hasselbeck, and Tim's still going to town. It's like, I'm going to take another bite, and I'm going to savor this thing, almost as if he was trolling Tim Carter at the time.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself, here's Tim Hasselbeck, who's like, screw it, I'm going to eat this caramel apple. And Tim Carter's like, no, I cannot put that inside my specimen of a body. Meanwhile, Tim's in the league for, 6-7 years as a backup quarterback, living the dream, married to Elizabeth, and Tim Carter's out of the league in
great
5
gig.
years. It's just
great gig. That's what the sign. Give me the gig. Backup quarterback that never sees the field, or punt.
Have a little fun. Have a little taste life. Everything to moderation, right?
A few weeks ago, you had kind of hinted out, hey man, keep an eye out for Abe Lucas. They could be having something.
Yeah, because you
soon.
kept asking me.
I knew. Well, I ask you all the time because we want Abe. He's back. The window is open for him to return. Real quick, give a primer to everyone what this means. This 21-day window, and then McDonald had, I guess, set a time frame for when he could be back and be playing. But for those who don't understand the 21-day window, explain. Yeah,
it's a way of ramping up, right? It's a training camp for a guy who. And a lot of times it's a guy who was in training camp and was on IR. But in this case, if you're NFI or whatever, and you miss training camp, this is your way of ramping up and getting into football shape. I saw the story. Who wrote it? I'm going to give the guy credit. It
Bob Condota.
No, it wasn't. It was the Union Bulletin.
The Union Bulletin?
Not Union Bulletin. They picked up Greg Bell's story. It was Greg Bell's story.
Go, Greg Bell.
Yeah.
Greg with 2 G's.
Yes.
You know what Greg is doing? You know what Greg's doing? You know where he works for the Tacoma News Tribune. You know what he's doing right now?
What's that?
He's doing our radio show.
What does that mean?
He's on KJR. He's been the fill-in host.
Those who shall not be named.
Oh, that's fine. I know Greg, and Greg's fine.
No, not him. I just
KJR. Oh, we'll mention that. It's fine. I'll mention them all.
You're a pretty good guy, Puck.
Yeah, I got no. That was 23 great years there. I got no issues.
Okay, good. You see,
no.
She was great for 23 years. That was
she was great, and then the kids left, and I said, "F you, I'm out."
It's about that time. 23 years.
Yeah, it's gonna get close soon. Yeah.
That's not my plan, honey. By the way.
We're
tuned into the Daily Puck.
I couldn't leave my wife. I wouldn't know what to do. I couldn't tie my shoe. Okay, so you talked about Greg Bell got picked up by the
lead to his story was I still read stories. People should do that.
Absolutely.
Mike McDonald walked by Abe Lucas in the locker room and he said, "These are called shoulder pads, right here."
Yeah, it's funny.
So he's back. He gets to practice for 21 days. If you're not activated at the end of that 21 days. Which Nyheim Hines, the running back who had the ACL with the jet ski incident, was not activated. So he can't. That's it. You're done for the year.
You're done, right? So you can't play at all. Right.
But the expectation is it. And you could still activate a guy and not play him and have him practice. It's not like you got, so you could have 21 plus days. But Abe Lucas working his way back. Which has been described as a knee and a quad, because the quad goes into the knee, the quad bone connects to the knee bone. So
sing
it's
the song. Come on, do the whole thing.
No, we're good. A significant injury. And Abe, I think, hadn't spoken to the media, if I'm not mistaken, and kind of was like,
he hadn't said a word.
Yeah, but
I can't remember the last time he talked.
He finally did, and he said, hey, listen, you guys, it's a serious injury. You got to give me time to come back. Puck, that's what he said.
He's a great dude, by the way.
Yeah,
like he's one of these guys that is like,
I don't know him, but I hear that. Yes.
Oh, there's so much there beyond football. He's just one of those guys.
Nice.
Yeah, it's just very intelligent and just has a lot of hobbies. You would look at him. He's a football player, offensive lineman, and then he's into punk rock. I mean, he's just he's a very unique and interesting guy.
I love that, man. And you cover this league and you've got so many guys with so many different interests and so many different worldviews. And it's why, after the Ray Rice, Adrian Peters, they had that run of off the field stuff, and that was the focus.
Yeah.
And I remember George Atala with the NFLPA, the executive director for external affairs. He one Sunday was like, you know what I'm going to do? Every time a guy scores a touchdown, I'm going to tweet out, hey, here's his charitable endeavor, right? Just to highlight all the good things that our players do. I was like, that's a great idea. And actually, I don't know if he ever did it, but it turned into, now they have their community MVP of the week where they have an award each week that they tweet out. And here's a guy here's what he did. So there are a lot of guys in this league doing a lot of great things. And they still love to smash each other's faces in between whistles, which is incredible.
It is amazing. I think McDonald said yesterday that the idea and the hope is after the bye. So
which is when, next week?
2 weeks. They got Bills, Rams, the bye, and then maybe he's ready for the Niners game, which I think is the 17th of November.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, and it's been a slow process to get to this point, so a slow ramp up wouldn't shock me either. Yeah, I mean, I'm not expecting him to play this week. So
no. What about DK? I mean, he didn't practice yesterday. Doesn't sound like he's going to go today.
It's going to be like it's going to be a game time deal. It's close from what I gather. He's got a shot. So they got to see how he does throughout the rest of the week and how he feels on Sunday. What time's the game on Sunday? For my time?
4:00 your time.
It's a home game, right?
We get the A crew.
Yeah, it's a home game, right?
Yeah. Fox. We get the A crew. We get Burkhardt, Brady, and his. Well, never mind. And Aaron Andrews on the call. Well, he's got a lot of plastic surgery, man. It does not look good. Why did it? You didn't need it.
I don't know. You ever see the?
It just doesn't look good.
You ever see the actors and actresses that don't get it? They're like anti, and then people are always in their comments. Oh my god! So you're damned if you do. You're damned if you don't. You know what? Just let God do what He needs. I joked about this with a guy's name's Jerry Madelon. He's one of our guys at the network that helps us with our on-air stuff. And I said something about Rita Moreno one time. I said she's throwing heat at 92 or whatever, right? Still throwing heat. And every time Rita Moreno, did you see her at 80 for Brady? Did you see? I'm like, yeah, she's very natural. She just aged and there's no plastic surgery. I mean, maybe there was. I don't know. It doesn't look like it. I'm like, you can get into your 90s and still look pretty good. So.
Hey, real quick on the DK. You expect a game time? I'm sorry. That was a great line. I should have laughed. It wasn't
a great line.
It just was funny.
You weren't feeling it. That's all.
No, I had DK on my mind because I'm trying to think what.
All right.
I just want to make sure that I got what you said. Game time decision, leaning towards playing or trying to.
No. That he's got a shot. Basically, I mean, I think it's early in the week. Number one, so you honestly need to see how it plays out. As a matter of fact, in that book that I'm talking about, there's Ronnie Barnes. He does this whole chapter on Ronnie Barnes, who was the trainer for the Giants and was with Wellington Mara by his bedside as he was passing away, which the Duke is coming on NFL Network. I can't wait to see that. That'll be a great piece for everybody to see. And he's Tom Callahan's the author, and he's interviewing Ronnie, and he's talking, and then and then he had to call and tell Ernie that this player's out. He's not going to make it on Sunday. And I don't know if it was a Thursday or a Friday. It was at some point during the week. And it's like, they do make these calls throughout the week. I don't think that unless they're lying to me. I mean, it's early in the week. Number one, number two, they don't want to let me know. So I tell you, and then the other team knows, obviously. So I've dug aroround a little bit, but sounds like he legitimately does have a shot, and they legitimately don't know at this point. So they got to see how he progresses.
The Rams really, are they serious about shopping Cooper Kupp and trading him?
Yes. But I think if they win tonight, that could change everything. If they win tonight, they're in the mix in a NFC West that nobody really is running away with. Oh. And they're getting Puka back tonight. He is going to play. He's going to be limited. I do not expect him. I don't know what the number. He's not going to play 60 snaps. I don't know what the number is going to wind up being. But all of a sudden, you get him back. You start to get some of these offensive linemen that have been hurt. You get them back. And you're not that far out of a playoff spot. And okay, now they did it last year. They kind of strung a few wins together late in the season. So I remember talking to a coach who had been there before, and he said, those guys, watch those guys. They're going to go on a run. They're going to put some stuff together. And this may be the start of it. Who knows? I mean, you catch in Minnesota coming off their first loss. A lot of times you see these teams playing above their heads. They're undefeated, and all of a sudden it's like, bang, bang to kind of knock them back down a peg with back-to-back losses. So I wouldn't be surprised if they wind up taking this game tonight, and it may change their stance on Kupp.
Where did this Matt Stafford rumor to the Vikings start?
I have no idea, but it's not true. 100% it's not true. From the beginning, not true.
100% not true.
I wasn't even going to acknowledge it. Now it's kind of been asked about and put out. It's like it's not.
Yeah, I mean, it like caught wildfire.
But think about this, okay? So Matthew Stafford is not exactly prime of his career, Matthew Stafford, right? He's still a good quarterback, and I think they could still make the playoffs with him. But the way Sam Darnold is playing right now, is that much of an upgrade? No, I don't think so. And think about what you're doing now. So you've got a potential piece now in Sam Darnold, because this draft class now next year, I'm talking to evaluators. They're like, yeah, some of these guys are not, Quinn Ewers is kind of playing hurt, and Carson Beck, and this may not be the great quarterback draft class that we thought it was going to be. And so now Sam Darnold may be this big chip that you've got. And so maybe you can franchise him and trade him, that kind of deal. Or potentially you let him go. He signs a big deal and you get a comp pick back. If you trade for Matthew Stafford, you're the Vikings. Okay. Trade for Matthew Stafford. Think about this. You're giving up a pick to make it happen. Okay. And you're devaluing the guy that's going to get you compensation back, whether it's, again, franchise and trade, or whether it's a compensatory pick, because now the teams are going to be like, well, this guy wasn't even good enough to start for them after being 6-0. We're not going to go out and so it's just completely. It
never made sense to me in the beginning whenever. Yeah. And then I'm thinking, they got now. I mean, I understand maybe the desire to win it this year, but I'm thinking, well, they have JJ McCarthy.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. You've got yourself a guy that can bring you value back moving forward.
Yeah.
What I don't understand is how, and I don't even know. I saw the account. I couldn't even find it. If you like, who's the person that? It didn't seem like it was a reporter.
I don't know.
But where does he get his information? Who tells him that they're deep in talk? Like, regardless of whether you're asking me if there's anything there, they're definitely not deep in talks. I can tell you that. Like,
okay, 100%. Maxx Crosby.
What's up?
Is he? I mean, are there any discussions about him wanting out of Las Vegas?
I was told no chance. I was told repeatedly, multiple people, no chance.
I want Maxx Crosby here.
Well, I think the only thing that could change that is Maxx Crosby goes, look, I've done everything for this organization. I'm not. He made it clear he's not looking for a rebuild. That team needs a lot of work. It could take a couple of years. It could also be a CJ Stroud situation where maybe they do draft one of these quarterbacks and all of a sudden that guy hits and it changes everything and you're in playoff contention immediately. They're clearly at this point playing. What's up, dude? No, it's okay. You can come in. I left the door open.
Oh, yeah, come on in. Well, how are you? Do you want Maxx Crosby to Seattle?
Do you want? You didn't even know what the question was.
Well, that's what just have, say yes.
You wanted to know if you want Maxx Crosby in Seattle.
I have no idea what that means.
Yeah, well, okay. Neither do I. Is that a uniform? That's the school uniform.
That's your school uniform you're wearing, right? Yep.
Yeah.
Your sister didn't put hers on so easily this morning. Had a little.
I'm pro school uniforms. You want to know why? There's no guessing what to wear each day.
Yeah. They get dressed down passes.
Here you go. It's just here's the outfit.
And she's like, what am I going to wear for dress down? It's like, if I had to do this every day.
Can we ask? Hold on, real quick.
What's up?
I need some advice, real quick. Hold on, what advice?
Puck needs some advice.
Are you ready? Vikings.
No, we're not going to leave the studio.
Hey, Vikings -3 tonight against the Rams.
Here. What's he asking? Go ahead.
Vikings -3 tonight against the Rams. Who do you like?
Yes, you do. What do you say?
Do you like the Vikings
Looks
or
like
the
you
Rams
said Vikings
tonight?
No.
No.
I like the Eagles.
She likes the Eagles. No, the Vikings are playing the Rams. Vikings or Rams.
Hold on the Eagles. Okay, Eagles. Hey, do you think the Eagles are gonna beat the Bengals this weekend?
Ask again.
Do you like the Eagles versus the Bengals this week?
No.
No. You like Joe Burrow?
Okay.
No. I like Aaron Rodgers.
She likes Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers.
Don't hit the mute. Yeah.
Here.
She drew a picture here.
Is that Aaron Rodgers?
This is not Aaron. Mute me. This is not Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
This is Heron Rodgers.
Heron Rodgers. That looks just like him.
Yeah.
That is beautiful. That
Heron. H-A-R-E. Heron.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Viv, take your sister. Who gave you a lollipop? Mario did. Oh, Mario's a big Jets fan. Mario's Pizza around the corner. Huge Jets fan.
How many times a day do you go there? Or how many times during the week?
Mean, we keep the lights on at Mario's. What?
Marvin.
You can have a printout. Say hi to Puck. Say,
how are you, buddy?
He's got to go. He's got a meeting.
Hi.
Say, Daddy,
how are you?
Meeting.
Okay. Oh, you got to wrap up?
What are you doing there?
We're doing a show. What are you doing there? We Vivian get hit in the eye. Carmen hit her.
I guess so. We got an injury. We got an injury timeout.
What are you doing there?
We're doing a sports radio show. Well, sports media show, not radio anymore.
You can't hear.
A sports show.
Okay. All right.
All right. You got to sign off.
I mean, you want to keep doing this?
No, this is fabulous to me. I'm all in. Hey, you got to pick one: Derrick Henry or Josh Allen.
For what?
MVP.
Oof. At this point, or am I projecting for the rest of the season?
Just projecting the rest of the season.
I want I'll go Henry. Like I'd love a non-quarterback.
You want the running back, yeah.
I guess that award winds up being most or best offensive player. But if they change the phrasing, to most outstanding player, MOP instead of MVP,
right?
Because anytime if you break it down to me, like most valuable, it's going to be a quarterback every single time. But if you change it to most outstanding player, now we can have a conversation. Then Henry's in the mix. But I just, because to me, it's like, how could you give Derrick Henry MVP if the loss would be bigger by taking away Lamar Jackson?
Yeah,
that makes it hard. I can't get to that vote.
I want him to break Dickerson's record. That's what I want. I want to see him break.
Yeah, I mean, he'll have a lock on offensive player, but MVP still difficult.
Hey, ask him real quick. What's their go-to pizza? What's their go-to pizza at Mario's? You can plug it in again. I can't hear you. We lost you. It's okay. If you can figure it out, we can. I want to know what their go-to order is at Mario's for pizza. Hey,
you hear me now?
There you go. Yeah, I got you. Hey,
hold on. Wait a second.
You're fine.
All right.
Hey, ask them what's their go-to order at Mario's.
All
right. What's the go-to order at Mario's? What do you get there every time? Pizza and soup or chicken fingers. Big chicken fingers.
We all love chicken fingers. Soup. What is she like? How old is she?
She's chicken soup. That's what because they don't eat much.
Yeah, I got
these kids don't eat much. They're terrible.
I want to keep you on more because I know how annoyed you are, and it's the best. This is great. I love it. I love when the kids come in. All right, Mike. We'll talk to you next week. Bye, Carmen. Bye, Vivian.
Bye, everybody.
See ya.
All right, we're done.
I love it. I really do. I know it can be annoying, but I love it. Those kids, those two girls, God, they're just gorgeous. Great kids. All right, there he is, Mike Garafolo, all brought to you by Hartley and Hartley Insurance, your trusted family-owned insurance experts in the Puget Sound area since 1978. Honesty, fairness, integrity. Contact Jamie at 253-565-8700. Also, big thanks to Zogs on Fox Island. Perfect spot to grab a cold beer, hang out with friends, and catch the game. Check out Zogs on Facebook and Instagram for their fall hours and events.